niggas nash racing.
Yeah,
they love news.
Yeah.
You know they love news.
Yeah, do we?
That's what it is, y'all.
Hey.
Hey, y'all,
What's
we
going
all the
on?
way live and direct.
Live and direct. In
right
the building.
here. Savage AF.
On
right here
Marcus
on Marcus
King's
King Presents Dash Comedy.
Why are you guys pausing?
Because I'm
It's
getting
so
an
dramatic.
echo.
So
Really?
dramatic.
That's because of that.
That makes it sound more dramatic when you just stop and go
Happy
on Dash Comedy.
No, but I'm literally
Dash
on
getting
Dash
this
Comedy.
echo that's fucking with my whole
It's fucking with
shit.
the echo. Is fucking with you.
Remove that.
Remove that.
I don't know what you're telling me to
but
do.
yo, check this out. We would like to thank y'all for tuning in when we go
There we
live.
go.
Yo, what's
Hey,
up? I'm
that
Shang,
sounds like me. I'm Black Pedro.
and this is we in the building. I
We're
want to
gonna
tell you right now.
reintroduce this goddamn show. I
That's
know
what
that.
the hell we gonna do. We gonna
so
start
that my
over
own
again.
voice isn't ringing in my fucking head.
Yeah, this is true.
That shit was like head, ring,
ring, ring, ring, ring.
Hey, y'all.
And make sure you follow Black Pedro on
Instagram
at
Black Pedro.
And make sure you tell all your friends to follow me. Quit fucking around. Don't make me come to your house. Because if I got to come to your house and dip my dick in your pudding, I will do it. I will do it. So make sure
you
you
Cosby your snacks.
I will Cosby all your snacks. I will. I'm telling you. I don't want to do it, but I will. I will. I'll make sure that your daughter goes to visit R. Kelly's family.
Truth be told, he wants to do that shit.
No, I don't want to dip my dick in nobody's
He wants
pudding.
to dick down
That
your
is
pudding.
nasty, and stop it.
Ladies, he wants to dick down your
No,
pudding.
I don't want nobody. No,
In
well,
your pop.
there's a few. Listen,
Tapioca.
No, now make sure that you follow me at Comedian Shang on the Instagram, and make sure that you go to our. This is what I want you to go to our Facebook fan page.
That's right.
And the Facebook fan page is Savage AF.
Savage AF.
And make sure you share it and follow and do all that other stuff. You can also check us out on iTunes.
iTunes.
iTunes,
Google Play, Stitcher,
Slacker,
Catch
all
us
of
there.
that.
That's
Check us
Savage
there.
AF, right?
Savage AF.
Make sure you follow us on all social media at Savage AF Radio, y'all.
Yeah.
That's the handle there.
Somebody asked me what AF stands for. I couldn't believe they asked me that.
It's not end friendly or
It's not end friendly.
also
No,
funny.
always funny though. Does make
Always
sense.
funny.
Always funny.
That's
and-
what we are, but that's not what it stands for.
Yeah, it stands for
Savage as fuck.
As fuck.
As fuck,
so,
y'all. That's what it is.
But no, like, thank y'all. And also, we've been on for a year now. So I would like to say.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Have we been on a year?
I believe we had. Oh, I don't have my crowd yet.
Okay.
I need my crowd noise.
We've been on
Cassie
for.
Dang, where you at?
Yeah,
There you
we've been
go.
on for a year. Yes.
That's awesome, y'all.
We've been on for a year, so all you people that on the gram, make sure that you share our show and let them know about the show. We're going to talk about a lot of wild shit. That's how we do. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about a lot of wild shit.
How was your weekend, dog?
My weekend I was in Killeen, Texas. I got to give shout out to XO, the rapper that was on the show. She was actually real dope. And I worked with Keisha Hunt, a very funny comedian out of Houston. Very funny comedian, young lady. She did a thing. And it was a great crowd. Thank you, Killeen, Texas. I know I make fun of some parts of Texas, but y'all were fantastic. And what did you do this weekend? Did you run these hoes?
No, man. I'm down to my bottom, dog. I don't even have a bottom right now.
You don't have a bottom right now?
Yeah, I'm on a solo mission, a lone wolf.
The lone wolf, yeah.
Just out here, howling at the moon, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm not. I'm solo, but I'm solo, but I wouldn't say a lone wolf yet.
Okay, yeah. I'm It's
damn.
That sound like the.
Sound like you're opening a casket.
No, it sound like somebody's about to get killed or whatever.
Yeah.
Like in the horror movie when it's and the door creaks open. That's what that.
No,
that's what that.
Also, I
like.
want to let you know if you do want to call in, it's 310.
986-6610. That's what it
Did
is.
you really pause?
Well, yeah. I'm trying to tweet
This motherfucker
and
here.
run through the topics
This
and do all of
motherfucker
this
here.
shit right here. You know how it is, man.
Now we got some topics we're gonna talk about.
We are gonna get into that.
We're gonna get into some topics.
But
what?
But first.
I
mean, we do have a guest in the building,
But
right?
yeah.
One of two
Yes.
today.
One of two.
Yeah, we do.
But you're first.
As you know, right
so
here.
So fuck that other guest.
Right here, right now.
That's how that goes.
Savage AF on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. You know, we always bring the brightest and the best through.
The brightest
here,
and the best?
We
had a couple influencers that really weren't the best.
That's true. Or the brightest.
Or the brightest. Definitely not the brightest.
We definitely have
you are the brightest and the best.
We don't have his mic on yet, but we're gonna get to a formal introduction.
We're gonna have a formal introduction.
Okay, and this is actually my first time getting to meet this brother here. So I'm gonna let you give most of the credits yourself, man. But I myself am Black Pedro. This is Shang. I don't know if you guys know each other.
What's going on?
I can do it.
What up?
I can do it.
You got it, Cassie Dang?
I think I can.
Cassie Dang got it.
I don't remember the names of things, but
Okay.
You don't remember the name
so
of
this
things?
lovely
How do you get through
gentleman-
life?
is fresh from New York.
Yo,
That
fresh.
is correct.
That's
Oh, good.
8
Woo.
months fresh.
8 months fresh.
fresh.
Yeah, you're definitely
He's a comedian and a writer.
a comedian, writer,
Trying to do both things, yes.
ninja,
A criter is what it's
Nigga,
called.
ninja, rider.
All
writer,
that.
created Nunchucks.
Yes. Nerd.
The
And
nerd.
he's worked with some pretty big companies
Okay.
I've worked around.
around. He's been around.
Yeah.
I think what,
Been in,
Titmouse?
I've been in
I remember
all sorts
Titmouse.
of buildings. Yeah, Titmouse. Shout out to Titmouse. That's gang gang.
And
gang.
Yeah,
he's
Titmouse.
Yeah.
my new
We
close
make
friend,
cartoons.
Darren Williams.
Darren Williams. Yeah.
What up, everybody?
What if I,
How are you
what
doing?
if I fucked up his name? Would
That
have
was
been
very
funny?
good. That was very good.
It's
New
Devin
best.
Williams.
That's- yeah, by
It's
the way,
Darren
it-
Williams, everybody. How you doing?
That's Darren right there on the gram. Let him know what your gram is.
It's Darren is a comic. Darren spelled the white way is a comic. Thank you.
The white-
Wow, did you just say the white way?
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel comfortable about that. I don't know if
Hilarious.
how I feel
But
about
it
that.
is the
I feel
white
comfortable
way.
handing my resume about it.
That's
so
true. Yeah,
that's-
Darren. That
That's
does.
all that really matters.
End of the day. End
You
of the day. End of the day. That does matter.
Not in the basura.
Yeah, basura.
Hey man, so
Wepa!
how long you been in the comedy game, Big Darren?
It's been about 4 years for me.
Oh, yeah,
4
yeah,
years.
yeah.
I'm a baby. I don't know what I'm doing.
I started in the city, so I mean,
Feel free to tell me to stop now.
no, man. I haven't seen your set.
Okay.
Now, if I see
All right.
now, if I see your set and your set is suspect,
Tell me to stop, bro.
I wouldn't tell you to stop. I'll be like, you know what? You keep moving forward. You keep when sometimes life hits you,
No.
and when life hits you,
I
you got to
want-
get up
I
and
want
you
to
got to
s-
keep fighting.
I want discouraging black advice. Like,
No,
Wow.
no.
He is on
Did you
savage
say
as fuck.
discouraging black advice?
Yeah.
Right,
Because
but
you're going to give discouraging white advice. All the white people that are listening, sometimes you are discouraging.
here's the
That's true.
Here's
By
the
being too encouraging.
Here's the beauty of comedy, right? Is that it's one of those things that really nobody has to tell you shit about anything that you did. Like
Tell you shit about
nobody
shit.
has to tell you had a good set. Nobody has to tell you had a bad set. The fucking
Right.
crowd does that for you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah,
like.
yeah.
If you
If you're sane.
you know
If
when
you're
your
sane.
shit is not hidden or
your
whatever,
jokes
so
ain't
like
working.
yeah, you know what I mean, like so. And
No,
some,
nice.
some people don't get it, but the reality is, if you're a sane motherfucker, you don't
Yeah.
need anybody to really tell you like, hey, how am I doing at this thing? That's what
All right, y'all. Let me know Saturday.
Yo,
Let me know Saturday at
where
Flappers.
are you going to be performing at this week?
Yeah, I'll be at Flappers this Saturday at 9:30. It'll be illuminating for everyone involved.
I've never heard somebody say about their comedy
Illuminating.
illuminating. That is very good. Like, I wouldn't say my comedy is illuminating. I would say it's gruff and precocious.
Precocious is pretty impressive.
It's gruff. Like my act is what would you say? I know what Pedro's act is. Pedro act is a combination
No. Define gruff, though. I just
gruff.
wanna know
Like
what
I'm like it's rough and grimy.
and grimy. Yeah.
It's grimy and rough,
And
which
rough.
is gruff.
cheating. That's using two words
I
in one.
cheat. I cheat a lot on my words.
Words
I
are
fuck up my.
legal.
A
It's
friend of mine
precocious and
is
gruff.
always telling me I use like instead of saying both, I say both.
Both. You do
Yo,
you do that. You say math and
math.
both.
I say math, both.
Bath.
All over there, both. I say over there,
Birth.
like get the fuck out of here.
there.
That's that New York
Out
shit
of
though.
here, out of here. Like yo, what you doing? Fuck out of here, son.
In New York, your linguistics your linguistics professor could be
Yes.
like, all right, y'all got to do the math on this
You
shit,
gotta do the
son.
math on
Be
this
like,
shit.
yo.
You
You
know what
got
I'm
like a hood Michael Eric Dyson look
I
to
got-
you
yeah, I gotta
anyway.
do-
So
yeah,
like
like-
you can go flow it in and out.
I
Keep
can throw
white
it
people
out.
on their toes.
A lot of times I talk about thermodynamics and kinetic energy and how it affects the world around us, and at the same time I'm all up in
That
these
was
niggas'
very
faces.
Dyson. I
that was
believe
very
you.
Dyson. You know what I'm saying?
I'm totally
Yeah,
impressed
I mean,
by
I-
you.
yes, I
Tell me
tried.
what to do in my life, please. and
yeah,
rhyme.
but you're doing.
And
I
rhyme.
mean, now what made you start doing comedy? What was the first thing that you said that you know what this is what I want to do? And why the fuck would you pick comedy? It is one of the weirdest professions in the world.
I mean, it's definitely a weird profession. For me, depression helped a lot. So I was doing a bunch of things just
Right.
because I was supposed to be doing them. And I got in a place where I can take some risks.
Right.
A part of it was also I used to be like an amateur boxer. And so I got an eye injury. I had to stop boxing.
Right.
And I had to fill my time with some other shit.
Right.
And, comedy for me was very similar in that, like, you up
Like
there.
boxing.
Yeah. It's pretty honest. You know, you either like you said suck or you don't suck, and so you
Right.
get that immediate understanding of where you can grow and improve, and so that's just kind of what I've
That's
been
a
doing.
good thing, man.
That's what I've been doing.
I used to do. I'm old though, so I'm gonna keep it real. I used to
Light
do
skin old though.
Light skin old. I'm light skin old. I used to do. You ever heard of PKA full contact?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that dumb
Okay,
shit.
Punk. All right.
That dumb shit, and it was dumb shit because I didn't make no money from it. I got a bunch of trophies that were
Again,
in
like
the fucking
comedy.
Yeah, no, it's just like comedy. It's just like comedy. But I'm gonna tell you right now, like it taught me some lessons in life, though. I got in how to take a punch and keep moving.
Yep.
But I think that's what comedy is. But I think that stand up wise, I mean, you're 4 years in. I'm 475 years in. I used to do jokes for like a lot of old Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
The Viking material.
No,
That
it's
Viking
different
material
now.
used to kill.
I don't envy the older generation. It's much easier
Wow.
to just. I don't envy y'all. You
He
have
just
to be,
said he don't. I'm an old motherfucker. Did you
I
see
don't
this?
envy y'all.
I'm an
That
old
shit
motherfucker
is
sitting
harder.
right here.
Saying that you.
I'm
had
joking.
harder.
I'm joking.
No, what I'm saying is I am humbled by the amount of work you had to put in to do it because it's just way easier to be a comic these days.
No, it is way easier.
100%
With
easier.
Instagram and
Yeah, it's
we're
ridiculous.
on the gram right now, and I'm telling you right now, the Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and the social media, you can actually become a bigger name comic before you're a bigger name comic.
I don't even got to be funny.
I was about to say you could become a bigger name comic before you have jokes.
I could be.
Yeah,
I,
you don't
I
even need
just gotta
jokes
be
now.
liked.
Facts. Those
I
are
just got to be
facts.
liked. You just got to like
Like
me.
long as they like you. You
yeah,
know,
that's
as long as they like you.
As long as those little hearts go lighten up.
Yeah, the little
The
hearts.
red
That's
hearts.
what you want. And by the way, speaking of hearts, I hope that y'all put your heart out and share our show. And that's right,
Yeah.
Savage. Yeah, see,
Do it.
I learned from the
Good
best. I learned from
Do it.
Black Pedro.
Transition. Yeah,
Got from the
let's
best.
get this.
Savage on Savage AF. You listen to Savage AF on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. I'm Shang.
I'm Black Pedro.
And let me tell you something. We appreciate y'all following us, and we appreciate being on this long. A lot of radio shows and podcasts and whatever else don't make it that long, but we all been on for a year, and we've had great support. And thank you. And when we do live shows, people come out, which
They
is
do.
that
They
is
do.
real nice. And thank you for coming out to the live shows, and thank you for all your support.
Speaking of live shows, we're Arizona. We're coming to you.
Yeah, Arizona, we're gonna be in Phoenix.
All up in you.
We're gonna be
All up in. Wow, that was nasty.
We're gonna
All
run
up
back
in
and
you.
forth all up across Arizona.
Jay News is over there like, did Cassie just say all up in you?
all up in Arizona.
I got a
yo.
little hard just now. I got a
Whoa,
little
hey.
erection just now.
Hey,
That's
but
the
check
first
this
time
out.
anyone said that about Arizona.
Yeah, that's true.
May 10th in Phoenix, we're going to be at the Paz Lounge.
No, it's
Paz.
Paz Lounge. We'll be at
Paz.
the Paz Lounge, and then we're going to be in Tucson at the Vista Court, and then back in Phoenix
On the 12th.
On the 12th, and then also.
And that's back at the Paz Lounge.
Paz.
And that's so the 10th, 11th, 12th, we're back and forth
We're
between
going to be in
Tucson,
Arizona.
y'all.
We're going to be in
Savage
Arizona.
AF, live in your face.
And you're going to be performing where?
Flappers in Burbank, California, this Saturday.
Make sure you
right.
check him out. So
9:30. Illuminating.
Illuminating
Rough,
comedy. That's the
rough,
name of his new
precocious.
Precocious. What does baffled mean? That's what you'll feel.
Baffling.
Baffling. Yeah.
Baffling and
Baffling.
kerbubbling.
Yeah.
perplexing.
Kerbubbling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuance.
Kerbubbling, which I don't think that's a fucking word. I think you made that up.
All words are made up.
Okay,
Hey,
that's
yo.
true. Ain't no word really. I ain't. Listen to me. I'm
That's
hood.
a word just
That's
for
a
your
word I
ass.
just made up. But I'm gonna be in Chicago this weekend. Make sure you check me out if you're in Chicago at Riddles. That's right, Riddles Comedy Club. If you get a chance, you're in Chicago, inbox me if you want me to give you the information. I'll give you the information and bring your punk ass out. And goddamn it, you better come out and laugh, or I'm gonna swear to God, some shit gonna go down. Because you know how Chicago is. Motherfuckers is real in these streets.
Cold. They real cold.
And Jesse Smollett, you're not allowed to come to my show because I know you're gonna set me up with some Nigerians.
He gonna
So I
hire,
don't want
hire
you.
hecklers.
Jesse, you
beat
can come
you
to
up.
my show.
I know he's gonna hire
These are some
hecklers,
things we can
and
talk
then
about.
they put a noose around my neck while I was telling jokes. And they called me gay, and they know I like pussy. This is bullshit.
Hey, so wait, Darren, where are you from again?
I'm from Connecticut originally. If you couldn't tell by my weatherman
Ooh, that
accent,
gangster,
that whore ass accent.
Where you from? East Hartford,
Connecticut.
East Hartford.
Nah, nigga, I'm from Stamford,
Stanford.
Connecticut.
It's
My
going-
parents are from Bridgeport. I say that to like add some level of flavor to the background, but
No,
it don't
you can
work.
never
It's
add
not
flavor.
working.
It doesn't work.
There's Bridgeport in me.
Yeah, but Connecticut is
All up in you.
Yeah,
all up in you.
I think I went to so I've been to like East Hartford and I've been to
Hartford, Connecticut.
I've been to New Haven. Right?
Ugh.
Oh, you've been out of New Haven too. As soon as you went in, right?
No. So here's the thing, right?
Right.
That's the thing. But I grew up in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
And
not
so
fun,
when the first time I went out to New Haven, everybody was like, "Oh, New Haven is be careful out there." I think I must have laughed for 45 minutes straight when I showed
Wow.
up. Like, this is the most beautiful hood I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
It's,
Yeah, I was like-
it's well resourced.
I was like,
It's
this is
well-resourced.
quaint. This is listen. If
It's
litter,
hood
if
with
litter,
infrastructure.
Yeah, I was like, if litter is what's bothering you guys, like we could turn this whole thing around, guys.
It's
Really.
just-
like their graffiti's written in
yeah,
glitter.
yeah. I was like, that's
Or
bedazzled.
seasonal colors. Seasonal colors.
How you gonna have bedazzled graffiti?
The port is different though.
Yeah.
The port is.
No, I've been to
Wait, where's
Connecticut.
Yale?
Yale
That's
is in
New
New
Haven.
Haven.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Haven.
talking about.
And they call
I've
it the
been
hood.
there.
They do call it the
I've
hood.
been
Call it the hood.
Really?
No,
That
no,
ain't
they,
no
no, they,
hood.
Hilarious.
like Yale is like boxed in. Like
Yeah.
you can't after a certain hour, you can't just walk up on their campus. It's like
Nah.
nigga proofed.
They nigga proofed it.
They pre-Trump walled it. Like
What?
where you think Trump got the wall idea from?
He got the wall idea from Yale.
from Ivy League
I
schools.
was there when I was very young, so I don't think I would have.
I've been there a couple times to do shows, and
was
I
much
thought it was
younger
nice. I thought it was nice. I did shows. The crowds were like stuffy, and I cracked them open because they
Very
needed
collegiate.
they needed to get cracked open because they acted like little soft ass yogurty bitch ass crowds. And sometimes you got to smack them around a little bit, choke
Yogurt.
them a
What
little
you do?
bit.
You do Joker? You did Joker's Wild back then?
Back in the day,
Yeah, that's where I started out before it closed up.
Before it closed up, yeah. But I mean, you're 4
Joker's
years into
Wild?
this comedy thing. You're doing your thing. You're out in L.A. What made you come out to L.A.? Because you know that's a hell of a transition.
Connecticut wasn't cracking enough.
Yeah.
Nah, Connecticut was never cracking. I'll be honest with you. I don't claim set that hard with Connecticut. Like, I
Connecticut
don't.
in the
really?
building. Like,
I go, yo, I was funny in Connecticut. That's
Yeah.
that's
You
Yeah,
ain't you ain't banging on these Greenwich niggas.
Yeah.
No.
what? I did like this.
How does
Well,
but how was it
up,
growing up there out there in Connecticut?
It's
man?
weird, man,
As a
because
brother.
like there are hoods in Connecticut. Like people be broke as fuck.
Yeah, no,
but
I
you
get
go to high school and it's literally kids that are the richest kids you've ever seen.
Right.
And like they don't understand shit, and so you kind of really learn to either talk like this or not like this at all.
Right, I
And
feel you.
I chose survival. I chose
Yeah.
survival.
So you speak like this on purpose.
yeah,
what
this
you're
is.
saying.
I just had an interview yesterday. I'm still
It's still in
still
that
in method.
in that
Still in
phase.
method.
Yeah, I get you, bro.
When I first started doing comedy,
Well,
I
actually.
told myself to first off,
Me and Michelle. Wow.
I don't know if I want to do pussy jokes or do I do political. So I balanced both. I said I'm going to talk about pussy and politics.
and black pussy.
And well, black pussy is, but pussy's pussy.
No, I got to surprise everybody. I throw them off. and I date mostly black women.
You
So
date
I
mostly
gotta
black
say
women.
That. I got to say that
No,
with this voice.
I have not dated a lot of Caucasians.
Lies.
No, it's not lies.
No, that's not. He's no Shang.
no,
You don't know
trust me.
Shang? Shang is cat in the hat. He's a fucking.
I have not. No, I haven't. I
Was
mean,
it fear of a black hat? Shang
I'm
is
blacker than black to
Yeah.
I'm black, y'all.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm black, y'all. No,
I'm lying. I have a lot.
No, I have. See, you have a lot. I'm being honest. I haven't partook of the white flesh. Now
The
we know
devil's
Jay knows
fruit?
the devil's fruit. I can't, not that I'm saying that. There's nothing wrong with interracial dating. Look for real.
You've never had Hades nectar.
I've never laid in Bathsheba's playhouse.
I've never played in Bathsheba's playhouse. Wow. I mean, like we already know.
Jezebel's Jellos.
You've never partook of the Snow White. I'm just thinking of White Walkers every time I think of it.
Let's see how long we can make up just bad names for white women taking black men
and then,
down.
watch all of our white women listeners are like, well, fuck this show.
We love y'all.
Oh, come on, we
ladies.
love.
Yeah,
look,
no, it's-
look. Jay News' song
It's not
is
bad fruit.
white women and cocaine.
Cocaine, that's what
which is the same thing.
It's really the same.
It's the
thing.
same thing. I have not partook of
Each
a
other?
lot of. How do I put it, man?
No spicy
I've
mayonnaise.
dated Latino women.
Spicy ham.
I've dated Asian. Yes,
Okay.
I have dated. I dated Asian, and
Believe
I've
that. Believe that.
No, I believe that.
Believe that.
But I mean,
Oh, by the way, that's Cassie
but
Dang, our super
I-
producer.
yes,
Hi.
and 99.9% of the women. Not lately, I've opened my mind, but 99.9% of women have been blacker than black. Than now, black y'all.
I'm black, y'all.
I'm black y'all.
I'm proud of you.
I mean, no, I didn't do it on purpose. It's just what I
I'm still proud of
Did
you.
you
I
feel
feel like
like-
people
I
should say that
gravitated
to.
to. It's what you
Would you
gravitate
feel
to.
shame?
Me.
No, I don't feel shame. It's like it kills me where like right
Did
now.
you feel as light as you were? You were wiping out the race. If you
I think
went
because I'm
lighter?
light skinned. I think because I'm light skinned that
feel the
people- I
need
think
to.
I think I was trying to offset myself with Wakanda.
No sunburn. No sunburn in this.
You didn't
film.
want your kids to come out clear or
No, my
translucent.
one son is high yellow.
Yeah.
My other son is brown skinned. But
Yeah.
I mean, no, I just think that I was very Afrocentric. That would be like I wore puka shells back in the day, and I used,
That was
Me-
never
me-
Afrocentric. In
Yeah,
my
I was
generation. That was-
Afrocentric.
Me, I'm a chameleon, man. It's whatever you leave me. Like in Detroit, grew up around all black people,
But
all black. You know what I mean? Although I admit, in college, surrounded
college is different.
by
Yeah.
white people, but I was still in that.
How many?
John
how many
John
black
Singleton.
people were there in Princeton?
how many black
let me
people in
see.
Princeton?
At Princeton.
3.
Total,
You went
we
to
were
Princeton, bro?
Yeah, I did go to Princeton. Man.
1, 2,
It was like
3.
6%.
That's a good way to drop that
Three
information.
rotational.
3. And they
Okay.
all, and two of them was from the movie Get Out, and they were
what'd you
really
say? What
white
was the
people. They
difference?
were all white people in his black bodies.
It was like 6%
Okay.
black or whatever. It was
And what was the black scene like there? Where did they
Small.
did they stick together?
the black scene? You mean
Did
me?
you say the black
You
scene?
mean
Yeah.
me and my homies?
Right. Oh, okay.
Did you actually
no,
just say
like-
the black scene?
Yeah, I
Darren, did
I
you
didn't.
hear
In
that
Princeton.
shit? In Princeton?
No,
I
that
didn't- yeah, you
we
remember
had
now.
one. We
You
definitely
so
had
all
one.
Darren
racist.
Williams.
I've
You
seen a
fucking
black
racist.
person is the black scene.
Who knew?
They could have all been just
You
like
seen
Darren.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they probably
Cassie,
did
that
all
was
sound
so
like me.
racist.
My
You are
credit
so
and
fucking
GPA
racist.
is way lower than this diction would indicate.
Right.
Hilarious.
I went to state
Tricky.
school, y'all.
Wow.
State school.
Tricky.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Me too.
This is performative.
I went to Carnegie Mellon, so I don't know.
That's a
if that-
great. That's a great one
great.
too. Look,
Yeah.
look.
I didn't
see?
start. I didn't
See,
start
nobody
having,
ever says that.
No,
Everybody,
but the
It
kids
is a
like
good
that. The
show.
kids like
Yeah.
that.
motherfuckers
Well,
always act like, yo, I mean, yeah.
High quality
I went,
school.
I went to a very
started
high
hanging out
quality.
with black
I had a
kids in college.
scholarship, motherfuckers.
But what I was gonna say in college is I didn't really go too heavy into white girl land, even though that is sort of the Shangri-La or
That's the
you know
thing.
like that
Shangri-La.
epicenter.
Did you say the
of it.
Shangri-La?
It's one of it's one of the
epicenter. So white
I mean,
women
I
are the
think it's really
epicenter.
Valhalla
yeah. It's
Wow.
like one. Yeah, it is.
as opposed to Shangri-La.
It's what
Okay,
it, it's,
first off-
it's, it's
Asgard?
It's Asgard.
It's Asgard.
Exactly. It is
Okay.
Asgard.
Asgardian.
Olympia.
Listen to me, okay?
Irvine didn't
I
have that
don't
many
like.
black
This
kids.
is gonna sound racist, and I don't give a fuck because it's called savage as fuck. I don't like black men who specifically exclude black women.
Oh yeah, no.
That say I'm
Yeah.
not gonna date black women.
Well, I think that's my
That's
point.
fucked up.
That's
There's
my
a lot of them in LA I've learned.
Yeah, there's like I ain't gonna
That's
date a
a
black
huge
woman.
LA thing.
Black women are fucking magic. Black women are amazing. So to say that shit, I
Hey.
think it's bullshit. And I see dudes say that, and I check them, and they're like, "Man, you just being racist."
And
No,
I
you're
love,
being racist.
I love my sisters,
You don't
but
like my
just remember,
There's some
Shane.
badass black women.
I love my sisters. Just remember, Shane. Some magic is evil. That's
Some
that's just a reality of magic.
Wow.
That's all I'm gonna say. No, but
that is actually a way.
That is-
but
great way to put it.
all I'm saying is that my thing is whatever you put me around, I'm gonna soak that shit up, y'all. Hey,
Well, wow.
we're gonna hit a break real quick.
So you put me around a bunch of white women, I'm soaking
that's
it
what-
up.
When I went to Thailand, what you think I was like? Where the sisters at? Nah, fuck that.
You want this
know what
Thai
I'm saying?
stick?
Yeah,
Well,
like,
both of
Thai
y'all
stick.
going to hell.
hey, y'all, check this out. This is
There's gonna be a
Savage
bunch
AF.
of white racist women that ain't gonna want to suck your dick.
Hey, yo, we Savage AF. We going to
We're
we
going
went
to
to
a
a break
break.
early. Hell,
We're going to a break right now
Hold
on
on.
Savage AF.
Yeah, we're going to a break right now on Savage AF. When we come back, we got another guest coming in the house, and we're actually going to get into some fucking topics on the show because some heavy shit happened this weekend.
Heavy,
and we got
baby.
some shit coming up in the world. So we will be back with that. I'm Black Pedro.
I'm Shang.
We will be back right at you, Savage AF, baby.
Did you put a baby?
Hey, you know how we do it, y'all. This is Savage AF right here on Marcus King Presents
Dash Comedy.
I am your boy, Black Pedro.
Yo, this is Shang in the building.
We are here, y'all. Check this out. Make sure you guys keep following us on all social media.
On all social media.
At Savage AF Radio.
Also,
Facebook.
Facebook, Savage AF.
Savage AF, that is
And
the page.
follow at Black Pedro on Instagram.
And follow at Comedian Shang.
SHANG in the building.
In your face.
In the
motherfucker.
building.
That's
I like
what it
saying
is,
it like
y'all.
that.
In the,
In the building.
that's that New York. You stuck.
Yo.
You stuck on hip hop
Stuck on-
ad
I'm
libs.
stuck- yeah, I know.
y'all be in court like, yo, in the building, Your Honor.
Yo, I know I'm getting these tickets all up in this motherfucker.
Yep.
But sometimes that's what happens, son.
Y'all be in the grocery store in line 6 in the building, aisle 6 in the building.
Yo, yeah.
That's how y'all do it, man.
Yo, we got
so-
another guest that just popped in.
Yeah, we do have another guest. So we have the brightest and the best here. First of all, re-intro. We do have the one and only, very funny comedian, writer, Mr. Darren Williams in the building.
Darren Williams
He's
in
still
the
with us.
building.
They kept me.
And Darren, you know,
That's the break.
Darren, I don't know if you noticed, but Savage as Fuck.
Savage as Fuck.
It's for the kids,
It's
right?
for the children.
So just make sure you let the kids know where they can follow you, where they can find you. all
Let
right?
them know.
You can find me at Darren is a comic on Instagram and Twitter. DARREN is a comic, and you can see me at Flappers this weekend.
Flappers.
Flappers in Burbank,
That's
California.
California.
Burbank,
please.
California.
Darren will be in Flappers in Burbank, California, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock.
9:30.
9:30 show.
p.m. Be
Yeah,
there.
so make sure you go and check him out and get your laugh on. And also, you'll learn some more words from his vast vocabulary. And
Illuminating
his
words.
illuminating words.
Vociferous.
Ah.
is his vocabulary.
Uh,
This turned into V for
Vociferous.
I
V
know.
for Vendetta.
I know.
All of a sudden, I love it.
Vociferous.
I love it. Save this shit, Guy Fox.
Yeah, man. Save it for your show, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Hey, and speaking of the show itself, you can catch this guy, iHeartRadio, on
iHeart.
the Bob Dean Show, appropriately named because he is the one and the only very funny Mr. Bob Dean. Y'all give it up for him.
Thank you very much.
You know what it is, Bob, man. Welcome to the show. I know we talked about having you.
Pleased to be here.
Yeah, man.
Buddy.
Thank you so much for coming to the show.
And I'm white, y'all.
happens to be
So, Bob,
from
what were you saying about
Tennessee.
reparations, Bob?
What's that?
What were you saying about reparations earlier?
No, I just said I'm white and from Tennessee.
On the break, you did say something about reparations.
You
No, this is how we get our government grant money. Is we have to have a certain representatives.
Yes.
Just the
Right.
two of us.
About
We'll
time.
negotiate.
Yes.
About time.
When I talk to white people, that's the first thing I go, hey, man, it's nice to see you. And what about those reparations?
Well, I'm a white man of privilege.
Yes.
So that happens. That happens.
That's
Isn't that redundant?
That's a redundant
Nobody
statement.
has any idea how hard I had it growing up, man. Our swimming pool didn't have a diving board.
That sucks,
that's
man.
rough.
Did you were you always like, fuck you, Dad? You can't even afford a diving
man, I had to
board.
pay for my own convertible top. But let me tell you something.
That's it. That's
Seriously, what am I supposed to do to be a better guy? I'm just a big old hairy white dude, man.
Nothing wrong with
And,
that.
and,
less
and,
hairy.
and you want to share those things? I'm a 13-year volunteer at the Braille Institute in Hollywood, California. I read to the blind. I foster animals in my home for 10 years. Right now, I have 5 cats in a 1-bedroom apartment,
Holy
3
shit.
of whom are black.
You know what?
How many of them?
I'm sorry.
I want to check
Many
the
of
numbers.
you
Black cats matter,
are-
man.
Yes, they do.
Black
They
cats
really do.
matter?
Okay.
Black cats matter.
Hey, Bob,
Wow.
Bob, you do know this show is for the kids, man. Let all our savage as fuck kids know where they can follow you, where they can find you.
Thank you for asking.
Yes.
Yeah, hey,
Make it happen.
BobandShirleyComic.com. You can follow me at The Bob Dean Show on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube, of course.
YouTube, Slacker.
Yep.
That's how we do that, man. Awesome. So we're all comics sitting here.
Yeah,
We're all comedians.
Hooray.
This
And I'm
is
so
the first
glad you're
show.
going to be at Flappers.
Yep.
I'll be at the Ha Ha Club on Friday the 3rd.
That's
Okay.
that's
Go.
North Hollywood, California.
At the
Yeah.
haha, I like that
May
room.
3rd.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
right.
great,
I
isn't
like
it a
that
great
room.
room?
I like that room.
It's
heard
a
good things.
great room. Small room, great room. You can see. I like it when you can see the audience.
Right.
You know?
That's nice.
I like it.
When you can actually see that there are people there.
Right.
You don't like screaming into the void, Bob?
This isn't just me. Awesome, man.
Awesome.
Hey,
This is a great show.
So we're all stand-up comics, and I'm glad.
Well,
I'm glad.
some of us are.
Well, no,
I'm not.
sitting here. No,
I'm not
We
a
we are.
comic.
Come on,
I'm
Stan.
not a comedian.
Believe in yourself, man.
I'm trying, man.
You'll get there one day.
Jay News is not a comedian. He's a rapper.
He's not on the microphone,
Oh, that's true.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
talking
right.
about the motherfuckers on the show right now.
You know what?
Stay
I'm
focused.
not a comedian.
Not comedians.
I'm
Shane
not a
pointing
comedian.
outside to do
Oh, no.
that 7-Eleven
Hey,
ain't a comedian.
Phil Bonner's not a comedian. Marcus King's not a comedian.
None of those
DJ
people are-
Ski's not a comedian.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
Cassie's not a comedian.
I'm not
Yeah.
a comedian.
Donald Trump.
That's not.
Kind of
that's
a
a
comedian.
comedian.
We're not.
Kinda.
Yeah.
He's a
No,
clown.
that's a clown. Exactly.
He's a clown.
That's a
He's a
harlequin in better
Yes,
times. is what
he's
that was known as.
definitely clowning America. You
But
can
listen,
say that.
People should definitely listen to us because we've obviously made great decisions.
We've
with our
made
lives.
great decisions with our lives.
Bob,
and
Executive
financially.
How long have you been doing comedy, Bob?
I've been a bartender for 36 years,
Yes,
and I've
sir.
been doing stand-up on stage for the last 7.
Awesome.
So, but being behind the bar,
Yeah.
as you know,
It's a,
Right.
is the same thing.
it's a performance.
You know,
It's a performance.
so yeah. I'm a comedian and an actor, which means I'm a friggin' bartender.
Literally,
You are
literally,
selling drinks as a comedian.
literally
Wow.
the restaurant I work at, our bar manager literally all shift
Yeah.
just goes around and says one-liners to every fucking table.
That would be
Carl. Yeah, he
Wow.
just
He's the
goes, he
best.
literally
Hey,
just
Carl.
goes around and just tells jokes
But
to people.
he never does it on stage? Is it a stand-up?
No, it's one-liner joke book jokes. Like it's
And
not.
then the guy fell down. Bada boom, bada bing.
He's
and then
not.
he
He's
walks
not.
out.
He's not testing out new material.
Oh, okay.
He's
He's just a genuinely funny guy.
But yeah, he's
wow.
got good delivery,
Yeah, he's
Irish,
natural.
Irish accent.
Well-
Cha-cha-cha.
cha-cha.
Everything
That
sounds
was
funny
so.
with
That was
shit.
so racist.
That Irish is
First,
not a
Cassie
race.
with her racism. Now you pay.
Irish
Black
is not
Pedro.
a race. It's not
okay,
a race.
well, you just sounded very racist because
It's
you
a
make fun of the
marathon,
Irish.
guys.
Okay,
It's a marathon.
Didn't
I don't.
you guys
You know
hear
what?
about
I don't
the
trust
Irish
you
slavery? What are you talking about? It's a race.
because Black Irish. There you go.
Yeah.
I think that was a.
Oh my God! Is there
That's not-
anything we're going to talk about that's not racist? 'Cause
No.
I know,
just
we're gonna-
want to
I'm
make
ju-
sure that
you know
I don't
what,
want to
you-
offend anybody.
You're not going to offend
no.
anybody. We're going
We
to
have
talk about
actual
other
topics on
topics.
this
First of all,
Yeah.
this show is called Savage AF. First of all,
So don't worry about
everything we
offending
say is
somebody.
going to be racist to some race.
And if somebody's got to be hurt.
That's the
Thank
point.
you.
Yeah, that's the
Somebody's
point.
getting hurt.
Speaking of racist, by the way,
And speaking of racist,
this
segue.
some real shit did go down this weekend.
Yeah.
Happy Easter to all, but
Happy Easter.
in Sri Lanka, it was not quite a happy Easter. 290 people so far
have been
killed,
blown up
by eight sort of scheduled and timed bombings. And apparently a retaliation for the mosque shootings in New Zealand.
These are churches, right? These
So
like
these were
Christian
Catholic
Catholic
churches.
churches.
Churches and hotels.
It's like less than 10% of the Sri Lankan population is Catholic.
And so suddenly America is really going to care about Sri Lanka.
All of a sudden,
America don't give
All
a
the
fuck
way
about
Super
Americans.
important.
well, no, I'm sure we have textiles or some shit that's made
Yeah,
there, but
but we don't care about Americans, let alone Sri Lankans.
They said something like 10 Americans or so, right?
10 Americans
yeah.
got killed?
That's like 500,000.
oh, that's reason to go to war, baby.
Yeah, I'd say we go to war, fuck
Saddle
it.
up.
That's American media.
But you know what? I think that, other news overshadowed it, believe it or not. Like, they were still talking about the church burning down instead of people's lives being lost.
Oh,
Not the Vatican.
Notre Dame.
Are they still
Notre
pushing a
Dame.
conspiracy about that?
They're pitching. I already got jokes. I'm doing jokes about it
The
already.
number is raised to 321.
321 people.
Wow, man.
Let me tell you something. Too many people talking at one time. Okay, well, all right, man. We'll get it together. Somebody just said this shit. Fuck you.
One at a time.
Just kidding.
I mean,
One at a
I
time.
agree. Who
I'm
is
joking.
that?
I was joking.
Do they want to help produce the show?
They can help produce the show.
I'm just kidding.
We weren't talking
Shut
at the
the
same time.
I'm
I'm joking.
All right, so let me
my
just
motherfucking show.
just pose a question. I mean,
Shut
where are we at with this thing, guys? Because we got we're at this race, religion, hate state all over the world, global now. It's not because it felt like an American thing, even because this reminds me of like back to the civil rights movement of the terrorists who blew up the 4 little girls,
Right. And 3
in
black
the Baptist
churches
church.
recently were
in
burnt
Alabama.
down.
There's been
Yeah.
a string of churches.
So we can go back to that in terms of American history, but now this is taking on this whole global scale to it. I mean, where are we at with this? What are we thinking about this, guys? Come
It
on.
was an electrical fire.
It was an electrical fire?
So it's not a like. It
No,
wasn't-
you're talking about Notre Dame.
Yeah.
No,
I'm talking about
Oh, okay.
Sri Lanka and New Zealand.
Way to switch the
and-
topic, motherfucker.
Okay,
That
my
was the
bad.
topic.
My bad. My bad.
I'm joking.
I mean,
what do you
I'm not a Christian person. I'm a black non-believer.
Yeah,
And
there you
so
go.
Atheist?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it that.
Wow.
It's one of those things where like
Just in case you're wrong.
Yeah.
that, and I still date black women. Like, I'm not trying to, it's not easy. No,
It's that Monopoly get out of jail free
It's
card.
like just in case. No, I honestly couldn't tell you what definitely doesn't exist. I could just tell you what there's no evidence for. And so for me, like,
So you question God?
I mean, I can't question someone that I don't 100% know who or how he is.
Well,
So
but I don't-
I'd have to have a conversation with someone I can question.
But not
I
to
can
get.
question the Bible for sure.
Of course.
I can question religion
Of
for
course
sure.
you can question the Bible.
But you question God thing is like he'd have to speak to me for me to question.
Well,
Okay.
okay, but and not to get off topic because I don't even think you need faith in God to see that all of everybody's faith in God is getting a little fucking
yeah.
nuts
Sound
here.
a little weird out
Precisely.
here.
Precisely.
You know, I think we're getting a little out of hand with
hard to-
this faith.
But for me, it's hard to believe in the religion. In religion, I can believe in God, but not a religion.
You know what? Screw religion. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Not screw religion. I mean, praise those who choose to worship in a certain way.
Right.
But at the same time, it's all about black, white, yellow, red, whatever. We are people, and this is what's happening in our society worldwide. There is no excuse for this behavior, and it's all up to us to come together. And I'm not saying like, you know,
Kumbaya?
across America. Yeah, no, but I mean, it's just to me, it's wait. First, Pedro, say, Bob Dean, what do you think?
Bob Dean, what do you think?
Since you asked, because I'd hate to
That
just
was a
throw
good
my
way.
yeah, thing. But it's just that we all just need to seriously practice being better people, being civil and conscientious, and whether you believe in a God or you don't.
I totally agree with that, and it's funny you use the word excuse, and that's exactly how I feel religion gets used to do the opposite of the dogma that it teaches you not to do. You know what I mean?
It can.
So it's actually
can.
used. It's been for so long used as a weapon, really.
It's used
But
as
at
a
the
weapon.
same time, I have a problem with people Christian bashing. Because it's the same kind of attack against something that other people believe that you don't. You know,
it's all about what you do with the belief. So for me, like you can say you believe in this book, y'all all believe in the same book, but then I go, okay, what does that belief encourage you to do as a person?
Right.
And so like people always go like, yo, what happens if you die and God is real? And he like ask you like, what are you gonna do now? I was like, listen, it could have been worse, God. Like I could have believed in you. And that would be a whole mountain of horrible shit I could have done in his name because of that belief, you know?
Yeah, because I think Christians are some of the biggest hypocritical motherfuckers on the planet.
The published Christians.
The published Christians, and I think that I learned in philosophy class. They said it's a corny fucking thing, but they said that you believe in God, you think God can do anything. So if God can do anything, He can create a rock so heavy that He can't lift it. And if He can't lift it, then guess what? He can't do anything. So you can question God. Like
that was heavy, man.
Yeah.
If you wondering why it sounds like Shane just took some mushrooms and smoked a bunch of acid.
Yo, Shane got the shades on. He's ready for this
let me tell you
conversation.
something
That's because
else,
you're listening to Savage AF right here on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. We got
Boy is
comedian Darren Williams in the building.
And Bob.
Yeah, what up?
And Big Bob Dean in the building as well,
Yes.
guys. And we are talking about the Sri Lanka bombings, which have taken us into a whole religious realm.
Because that's what basically it was motivated by.
People doing
religion.
dark shit for their faith.
Right.
Yeah.
Dark. Like I grew up as I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. Right?
Okay.
Jehovah's Witness.
So-
That'll
man,
chase
that'll
you
tell
right
you
now.
where I
Really
live at.
did cut out of that, buddy.
That'll
Yeah.
explain a lot of why. For me, people do a lot of things for unprovable stuff they say they believe in.
Right.
And like I know if my parents felt that Jehovah's Witnesses were supposed to blow some shit up,
They would blow some shit
they
up.
could be convinced to do that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Wow.
And so I think faith has that effect, can have that effect on any group of people that are scared enough.
How many atheists have you heard blown up churches?
Don't happen, bro.
They have
Exactly.
no faith.
Don't
Right.
happen.
They don't have
No,
faith to do
as-
that
right,
dumb
they don't have
shit.
anything
As an
motivate
atheist myself, right? I believe that I absolutely have faith. Like I said, we're all stand-up comedians. I think that takes some of the greatest goddamn faith in the world.
Well,
not
but I think it's
even
different.
not even to just get on the stage and do it, but to say, hey, I'm going to try and make a living in life as this thing.
Rosha
Like,
Baba.
that-
Precisely, man.
That is
That's a
faith.
different type of
Precisely. And you know, we're all screwed up.
Yeah.
Every stand-up comic screwed. We are. It doesn't make
We're
us bad
missing
people,
something.
but we are.
It's definitely a delusion.
But
This
so
this
is
deluded.
So is every
to pick.
religious zealot though,
Yeah.
to that degree.
Well,
right?
religious
Like-
people have a tendency to want to put their religion on you
Yep.
instead of just let you find your own path, and
But
that's the
so-
thing that I think's fucked up
and,
about religion.
and some of the scripture can be interpreted, no matter what the religion, that you're supposed to go do that, right? Some people interpret it
supposed
as
to hate
they're
gays.
supposed
I'm
to
supposed
go
to
out and evangelize or
black people
change
or-
people or have people be this certain
Well, I
way.
got something to tell you, man. I'm gay as hell, and you know, if you got a problem with it, I'll kick the crap out of you.
It's a big motherfucker right here, dog.
Unbelievable
no.
sentence.
This a big motherfucker
You know,
right here.
seriously, guys, that was
But
a
there's
big
people-
thing that I had. I had this big, if I may say, so, I had this, you know, when I was growing up.
Yeah.
You know,
Wait,
yeah.
first, let me ask you, Bob.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Thank you for asking.
Bob Dean, what
I
do you
certainly
think?
Bob
appreciate
Dean,
that
what
because
do
I
you
certainly
think?
want to put in my 2 cents without being asked because that's just rude.
Yeah.
But the whole thing about it is, the point of throwing this in that I'm gay is that it's a hard as hell thing to deal with. All right, growing up, and especially for African American men and women, you know, even more. But the point being is that you know, you think that God hates you, and I do believe in my God. I don't go to church every day and hallelujah and that sort of thing, but I consider myself a Christian. And I love my Lord, and I also love my friends who have no interest in it.
Right.
But it's just like, you know, I've been fucking beat up. And I've been seriously, I've been beat up a couple of times on Miami Beach just for walking down the street.
What?
And I've lost jobs in years past.
Right.
Yeah, and so it's
I think it's
religious
always
people-
been one of those things though that's like one of those sort of glaring examples or paradoxes or whatever contradictions where, you know, that dogma speaks out against your
that's
lifestyle.
What I'm saying is that what my problem is certainly not this wonderful show or the Bob Dean show.
Right.
And make sure you listen to the Bob Dean show.
Have you guys watched the friggin' morning news lately? It's these friggin' ass white people
It is a
just
lot of white
joking
people.
and laughing about stupid ass shit, and you're like, you know, can we please? And you know, I don't want to hear 40 minutes of weather. I want to hear what's going on in the world.
Right.
And they blah 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 blah, and that I think is something that just gets into the dumbing down of our society.
Mm-hmm.
But that is part of it. You know that's part of it.
I just don't think
That's what
there's
I'm
like,
saying. Absolutely, and it's unexcusable.
On the
And
news, why do I want to hear about a squirrel that rode a sailboat?
Thank you very much. And they were talking about this friggin' thing on yesterday morning while having a cigarette and coffee after staying up all night. But they're talking about friggin' banana hammocks. This is on the morning KTLA news, and the girl's like, what's that?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, well, it's a Speedo. And then the other guy's like, well, I had these grapes. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
That's what Facebook's for.
Hello.
Yeah, but I mean that.
I stopped watching local news about 10 years ago.
You gotta watch.
Because
I watch CNN,
or
MSNBC,
or BBC.
Nah,
BBC is very.
I've got
Yes.
friends from Miami and Nashville that call me and go, "Oh my God, I hear that there was this and that in Los Angeles," and I'm like, I hadn't heard squat
Yeah,
about
that's
it,
true.
right?
Yeah.
But that's the thing though, because like we're all going to our own different things to get information, and when we have conversations with other people that we think are getting the same piece of information, like we all know a completely different story,
Right.
Because we're all having to find truth somehow, and like none of us are getting the full.
except for Fox News. Fox News is
Yeah,
so full of shit.
I've had to limit my sources.
Yeah,
Well,
you
you
do
know-
have to cut things
How
out.
so?
Well, no.
Well, I post a lot on Facebook.
I
do.
actually would
a lot.
argue again
A
in
lot
the
of our
opposite
topics come
direction.
from my Facebook.
what?
Cassie, I would argue in the opposite direction that I try to multiply my sources, to a certain degree, and then cross-reference all of that.
Yeah, like, I
And
still
then-
So
watch
you're
Fox.
taking
You know
the
what I mean?
time to do
That's
it.
too
Yeah,
much.
but
I mean,
Fox-
and-
That's too much.
Well, I mean,
shit.
Do you know how
gotta
much I
know
post
the
a day,
mind of the
Pedro?
enemy.
Pedro, do you see how many posts I
Well, I'm
posted?
saying-
It's probably up in the hundreds.
Fox
Friend
News-
me, Bobby.
Fox News is full of shit. Hold
Girl,
on,
it's
Pedro.
on.
You can watch Fox News. It's full of shit. It's a fantasy channel.
For sure.
They
Right.
make shit up as they go.
It's not even
yeah.
a good
So
fantasy.
it's not even a
No.
good fantasy
I
channel.
like a
don't
scary
watch.
fantasy.
First of all, I don't watch any cable news anymore. They
yeah.
they
They're all
they
terrible.
fucked me over the last election. They pissed Chris Matthews, ruined it for all my cable news motherfuckers. But I do get Fox News alerts as part of the news
Why?
app.
Ugh.
I sometimes I just
Yeah.
want to see the headline
You wanna
that
know
they put
how
out.
they're talking about
Yeah,
it.
I just want to see the headline that they put out.
I follow it on
But that
Facebook.
only goes so far. I got into a screaming match with my roommate, little tiny Mexican lady. She's right, sweet as hell. But
In Spanish?
when the Remy's in our system, ain't no telling. And she was trying
That's
to
racist.
She was trying to convince me that I should read Mein Kampf. Obviously, she wasn't. She wasn't endorsing
Mein
it.
Kampf?
And for those who don't
Spanish
know,
lady?
Was it in German?
that's
What were you speaking?
Adolf Hitler's big sort of manifesto about why we should be killing
stop.
everybody.
Big
Really?
crazy
Kill-
book of scribble.
But no,
Yeah.
no. But her point was that you should know how the other side argues
right.
in order to. But and that's why I'll get the Fox headlines. But I got to draw a line somewhere. Like I'm not going to go all the way into reading Mein Kampf
Right.
just so I can argue with Nazis.
You can
in
just
some
paraphrase
You
it.
know what?
hole in
you
the
gotta
wall.
just
You know
get
what I mean?
the
Like
gist. Get the
I
gist.
know what
Yeah.
that's about
It's easy
without
to get.
reading it,
Yeah.
and I'm cool
Right.
on that.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
But-
Thank
But you can do
but
like
no,
if you get like a Tucker Carlson first 5 minutes,
No.
you can like if you can make 5 minutes into a Tucker Carlson rant, like you're doing pretty well. Like your eye will start twitching.
Yeah.
But it's real in these streets. Like
It's
he's
like-
going straight on to like, what about diversity 30 seconds in?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
These people are ready. So
But okay,
Where's my diversity? You're like, oh,
how,
Bob.
did, how did diversity
Bob.
help me? You know?
Bob, like you said,
Have you thought
got
about
it.
that?
Bob, you deal with a lot of the bullshit because if you say you're gay, then automatically, like that person they just met a minute ago has changed. It's like, no, I just met you.
haven't.
There are people. No, you could be
People-
around
you mean the
somebody.
way people react
The way
and
people react
respond
to
to you.
you. A minute later to go, you are.
He's gay Bob.
And it changed.
He's
It
gay,
just changed. No, it
I thought you were
changes.
just Bob.
Well,
No, he's
frankly,
gay,
I only
Bob.
tell people I'm queer so the women think they're safe.
That's a good. That's a good.
But it just has to do with what we were just discussing about, people that don't respect us for what we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your humanity.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bob's making black
By the way-
angry faces, so I know it's real.
By the way,
Well, no, that shit is real. That's what I was trying to get at earlier. Is like if you're
That's
gay
pain.
and you grow up in a religious community or anything
give you
like that,
shit.
certain community, it's like that's a tough thing. Like a lot of
It sucked, but the biggest mistake about it was I come from this
It
super
can be.
ultra white waspy family. who are not racist at all. I
Awesome.
want you to know.
Yeah.
God, honest to God.
Bob, I got no vibes.
Yeah, well, you know what?
I didn't feel that.
I'm just letting you know.
There's no red. I'm not glowing, and
But
that was
the
the first
point
time
is
you triggered me.
The point is, though, is that it's like
Right.
You worry about what your family and your friends. That was my biggest fear. Was worrying about my football buddies and my mom and dad were going to think. And then when I finally had the balls to come out at 28 years old, they were all like, they were pissed because.
Your balls
I couldn't
were out.
trust, because my balls were out.
I think, once you pull your balls
on
out. Christmas
Eve by the fire. But because my friends and family were like, I'm sorry, you felt like you couldn't trust us with it. And it's,
So you wasted time feeling that way sometimes.
It's a huge.
lot of
Well,
years.
I don't think that's a waste. I mean, it's
No,
it's
you know
a
what I
natural.
mean.
You know what I mean. But it's a natural.
It definitely takes time because that's a huge fear. Like I wasn't gay. I don't think. Not
that you
I
know
care.
of.
No, I don't think I was. I'm
Yes.
fairly certain. I'm fairly
Yes.
certain I was. I
Are
didn't
you
have a gay problem.
28
Was
yet?
it? Was it?
I'm 33, so I think I'm all the way in there.
Okay.
Jesus year.
So you're still not.
You're still not.
I'm in LA for 8 months. Like, give it like
is that all?
2 more years, right?
From where?
I
Where
got to
you
get my
from,
dress.
buddy?
You don't even know yourself
But-
yet.
Yeah,
Are you really for only 8 months?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Welcome to Los Angeles,
Thank
bud.
you. Thank you.
He's a newbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
My
awesome.
pants are
I'm so
getting
pleased.
tighter every week.
But you'll be doing the thing with the thing with the
You'll
thing
know
over
you're
the
in
thing.
Angelina when you can tell people how to go. You can take the 101 to the 405 and exit.
Are you there yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
no,
then
I
you'll
just
know-
I just asked for meth and then
Wow.
And then you run wherever you
full
need
on
to go.
California.
That was a
Full on
strange
California.
thing you said.
Hey guys, and if you're
what-
wondering why you're hearing strange things, if you're
shit,
just tuning in, that's because you're listening to a show called
Savage as Fuck.
Yeah.
right here on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy, y'all. In the building, we do have the one and only Mr. Bob Dean. We also have Darren Williams, two very funny
And we're
comedians,
about to take a break.
guys. Before we go to break, one more time, our guest. We are going to break pretty soon, but before
just said that.
before we go to break, I love when my
Hold on.
I love when my
Show me up.
co-host, I love
How
when my
long?
co-host and my producer fight. And this happens every week.
This is a
and I'm
bullshit.
just trying to
Shane.
give out. I'm trying to give out basic information.
She made
and she's doing the hand
she
signal.
made the break face.
Shane, this is not break.
It was a break face.
This is not break.
Every other episode we
It's
go
been a
over
whole
this with
year.
Shane.
It's been a whole
I don't care.
year.
Whatever.
Shane's like the player. He's like the star player on the team that doesn't want to know the plays. He's
I don't
like,
wanna know
whatever.
the
I'm
plays.
open. Just give me the ball. Just give me the goddamn ball. and
don't
stay
you
out my way.
You did not play softball.
I know what
with
it
the hand
means.
signals.
I'm fucking with you. That's part
You're
of the
like,
charm.
Shane, this
know
is
what
hockey.
this means?
There's no ball.
There's
He's
no
like,
ball.
just give me the goddamn ball. Stay out my way. It's like,
by the way, the fabulous Nikki Kemp sends her regards.
Oh, I love Nikki. Yes,
Who
we're
doesn't?
Gonna have to
She's
get her out
fucking
here. Yeah,
awesome,
she is a superstar.
Yeah,
A
we're meeting,
star.
we're meeting for cocktails after this.
And I want to say, make sure that everybody out there follows us on all social media, Savage AF Radio, and follow us on the Instagram.
On the
Savage
Grisam.
AF
Grams.
Radio. And follow us on our gram. I'm at Comedian Shang.
At Black Pedro.
And make sure you let them know your grams or your
Darren
Facebook.
is a comic. What up? Darren is
Darren?
a comic. Darren is a comic.
That's it.
I'm Bob the Surly Comic and Bob Dean 2971 on Instagram.
There you go. We want to let people know.
And Bob, make sure you hit him
I
with
think.
the
That's so AOL.
Bob. Hit him with your radio show.
Well, let me tell you something. My email is Roadrunner,
Let me
okay?
check. Oh.
And people go,
Roadrunner.
what? And I'm like, I
Hilarious.
have no friggin' idea what the hell any of this shit
We'll
means,
change
but I
it.
can
We'll work
parallel
on it.
park and make ice cubes from scratch, so get off my back.
Ice cubes from scratch.
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't even know that's a real
I know how to
thing.
use a, right? See?
Ice cubes from
Lot of
You know
people
what?
don't-
My nieces and nephews like, Uncle Bob, tell us about the 80s. I'm like, I was a bartender in Miami, and Scarface was entirely accurate. Okay, but that's a whole other story.
cocaine on the table.
Hey, Chi Chi, go get the Yale.
Seriously, man.
Hey, y'all, we
I
are
can't believe
Savage
I'm still alive.
AF.